Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Into the Unknown. As you might remember, in the last episode we gathered a lot of sheep and cows, built some enclosures for them, and now have a livestock kind of similar to what Abram had. We also built an automatic wood farm, which is TNT powered. You can see it here, I'm going to show it to you. So we have enough wood to build the Oaks of Mamre. Because as you might remember, last episode we stuck with Genesis 13 verse 18. So Abram moved his tent and came and settled by the Oaks of Mamre, which are at Hebron, and there he built an altar to the Lord. Of course we don't have the Oaks of Mamre yet, so we are going to build them. And they are kind of the shells for these farm towers, so one Oak of Mamre around the automatic wood farm, and one Oak of Mamre around the tower for the iron farm, gunpowder and sugarcane. I am very excited to get started, but first of all, I am very excited too because I got a new microphone. In fact, my first microphone ever, and I hope that the sound quality from last episode to this episode improved significantly and is more pleasant to listen to now. But I have already talked too much, so let's get into it and start building the Oaks of Mamre. One failed attempt later that looked absolutely pathetic. I'm here in my testing world, and I'm going for a more strategic approach. I started with a circle, the most basic design, and added some shapes on the sides to make it look more organic. At the beginning I accidentally recreated Mickey Mouse, but it turned out great. So I went through multiple designs and started adding more and more shapes, and this is the final result. And I think it looks quite organic now. You can now see I've implemented this template into my world now, and we are ready to start building. After the very start of the tree is now done, and before we start the work on the roots, we are back here in Egypt, where we can buy and upgrade a nice hoe. Bob over there was kind enough to sell us this diamond hoe, after he sold us basically every stone hoe he has, and we can now upgrade this hoe to a netherite hoe. And we get a nice achievement for it. We of course are going to use this hoe to gather lots of oak leaves, because the tree shouldn't look dead and we need a nice canopy. The easiest way to get these leaves is to go to a forest far away. I've gone to a forest near my mining desert. We are going to collect all the oak leaves in this area. Do you remember the lush forest that was just here? Well, it's gone now. You can see this whole island used to have a forest on it, and now it's just the stems. Thankfully we are not going to build in this area, and this is just a very fast way to collect leaves. I have collected all the oak leaves and packed them into these shulker boxes. They will be a nice start for our canopy. You might say there's still a lot of work to do before we can start the canopy. And that's absolutely correct. So we are going to start with some of the roots. Do you hear that sound? It sounds like this route is really dangerous. Let's take a look inside. Wow, there's a real party in there. It's really crowded. Oh wait, there's still more. Let's light this place up so we don't have another mob farm right here. It actually looks kind of cozy in here. Maybe we can do something with this later. The time has come once again. We need more wood. And here's a little tip for you. You don't actually need a clicker or something like that. You just have to hold down the right mouse button in this case, press F3 and T at the same time, and the game will reload all chunks and will keep your mouse input the same. Maybe this will prove useful to you in any case. However, I will leave the computer for now and have this running for a little bit so we can have more wood. And the problem with these kind of wood farms is that they chew through a lot of bone meal. So I have implemented a small system right here that filters out the sticks and puts them down here in these chests. And the apples and saplings will be put in these two composters over here. And the bone meal will be fed through this water column all the way over here into these bone meal chests, where we deposit our bone meal supply anyway. And because this isn't enough bone meal to supply us with enough wood for all of this tree, I will build a weeping vine farm on top, which is running while we use a tree farm. And it's time to jump into the testing world once again to cover the basics. The weeping vines will grow from the top down, and we will have this flying machine harvesting the vines and dropping them down into a collection system. I added a small etho hopper clock at the end, so this gets fired every once in a while and the flying machine is not flying around the place all the time, because that does hurt the frame rate quite a bit. So let's just speed this up. And you can see this will fire once and the flying machine will fly back and return and stay here until the hopper clock runs through once again. It is very important that this repeater on top is on 2 ticks, because if you have it on 1 ticks, I will just show you. Let's speed this up once again. You can see the flying machine gets stuck and doesn't get anywhere. Be sure to have it on 2 ticks. How did you get out? Oh, I see. Let's just fix this now. And you be a good cow. No, that's not interesting for you here. I'm just putting fuel into my super smelter. Do you find this interesting? Apparently not. After smelting up the glass, we now have everything we need for the vine farm. So let's build this one up. I've been AFK here for a while, and to gather some bone meal. This is not what I expected to come back to. And it's kind of scary. But everything's fine. And I hope everything is fine for you too, and you enjoyed watching this episode. I think we got a lot of things done today, and made huge progress on this tree, and have a great base to start next time. So feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you all in 2 weeks. Have a good one.